So after maybe watching some film from the Kansas game, is there anything you guys took away, maybe wanting to change when you guys play them next time?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there'll be several things that we'll try to improve on for sure. Turning the basketball over is one of them. But also, I did think that we sped them up pretty well as the game went on. So maybe if we can clean that up in the beginning of the game, because I know we gave up a lot of free points early in that first quarter. We have to defend without fouling better, especially when we go on the road. So that will definitely be an issue as well. But overall, I felt like we competed really hard. I mean, we knew that was going to be a tough game, and I really like the way we're playing right now.
Is there anything that stands out to you against Oklahoma State?
Oh yeah, there's a lot that stands out to me about Oklahoma State. They're just a really good basketball team. They do a good job of playing Coach Hoyt's system, and obviously they can shoot the three ball really well, and they play in transition. They play pretty free flowing, so we're going to have to really do a good job of kind of disrupting that and making sure that they just can't get easy looks at the basket. They do such a good job of pushing it in transition and kicking it out for open threes that we're going to have to slow the ball. We're going to have to make sure that we don't have to put two on the ball very often so that they can't get good looks from the three.
And then being one of the highest scorers in the Big 12, or I think maybe the highest, how do you guys plan to counteract that with your defense?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things we have to do. We've got to slow them down. And so 1v1 is going to be super important. Transition defense is going to be super important. We're going to have to tag them on when we shoot the basketball and keep them in front of us and not let them leak out. But that will definitely be an emphasis of not letting them speed us up to where we get in a run and gun game with them, but yet that we still can play at a good pace.
And they're a team that maybe has struggled a little bit on the road, but they've been so good at home. Just what makes them so good in their building?
I think they have a great environment. I think they've done a really good job of getting fans out to their games, and they've got a lot of support. So they obviously, when you shoot the ball as well as they do, and they can get it going, they can get the crowd going, and they feed off of the crowd. So they are very dangerous at home, and we'll have to do a good job of trying to keep the crowd out of it as much as possible.
And then you talked about the stretch of games, and you even said during the stretch where you guys were winning all those games that you were still having issues with things and having to learn from things. But where do you think this team is at after winning 2 games in a row now, and kind of persevering and overcoming a lot of the things that you guys had to overcome midway through the season?
Yeah, I think that we're in a good spot. I mean, I think we're playing good basketball. I think we're really competing. I think our kids really understand that they have to show up every night that they play Big 12 basketball. And sometimes you just have to grind it out. I think that's what I like the best about the Kansas game is it wasn't pretty by any means. And I think there were some things that weren't going well for us during the game that we could have hung our head about, and we just kept fighting. And I think that's something that the Big 12, just brings out in you. Like if you want to compete and win at that level, you've got to grind it out.
When you look at this series, what makes this team different to end this losing streak?
I think Oklahoma State's always been a hard matchup for us because they play 5 guards. Even their post player, is more of an attacking post player that can rip from the high post. She's very athletic. She can handle the ball. So it's just a hard matchup for us. But I think it's also just who it is. It's Oklahoma State, it's Texas Tech. So I think it's just a great rivalry that we need to make sure that we step up and that we're ready for, and that we don't get caught in any type of bully ball, if you will, and that we stand our ground, play our type of basketball, and really compete to win.
Is there a specific player on their team that you're looking to slow down or that you're really impressed with?
Well, Staley Hurd is the heart and soul of them. I mean, there's no doubt she's been their go-to player for the past couple of years, and she hadn't been playing great this season, and now she's really starting to get into her rhythm. So that's scary in itself, and so we'll have to make sure that we have a lot of attention on her. But they have other players that are just as good. Micah Gray can really fill it up from the perimeter. Their point guards are really tough. So it's going to be a thing where we have to be able to guard our own and, again, not put 2 on the ball as often as possible and keep them off the boards, limit their second chance opportunities. I mean, we're just going to have to play really good basketball.
I know you're going to focus on the next game first and foremost, but with the Baylor loss to TCU, that kind of opened up the league for the top seed in the Big 12 tournament, and that's coming up in now less than a month. So do you guys focus on that at all too? You have a few games left and still have an opportunity to get the 1 seed with the tiebreakers that you guys have right now.
Yeah.
So what's the thought process with what happened in that game and kind of opening up the league again, giving you guys an opportunity here down the stretch?
Yeah, I mean, we're in a really good spot, and it's awesome to be able to say that we're in this spot, right? But it's about the next game. I mean, literally, we have to take care of our own business. You know, if we slip up or if we overlook or anything like that, I mean, we take it right out of our hands. So we've got to control what we can control, and that's how can we beat Oklahoma State on Saturday.
I think they have a little bit deeper of or more depth than some of the other teams you guys have seen as far as scoring. How does that change how you guys play this weekend?
Yeah, they do go. They play 8 players, but all 8 players can really score. So it really doesn't change our approach to it. It's just a matter of like our 1v1 is have to be really good because you can't really help off of anybody because all of them can score.
All right.
All right, thank you guys.